I'm sure there's a pretty big chance that most of you have already saw the video we're going to be talking about today, but Mojang did just drop, as of when I'm recording this video, the latest episode of Ask Mojang, and all it seems to have done is thrown a boatload of fuel on the fire. It seems like Mojang did this episode to quickly address all the concerns around the world update and all the questions about features, which is great, and it was good to see this video of the team just having fun out there, enjoying themselves, and it was great. But the actual content in this video and what was said was not good at all, and we're going to be talking about why. Just remember, before we get into it, do not hate on Mojang, the developers, the team, anything like that. It's not their fault, and just remember that in a lot of this we're going to be talking about my opinions. Have you have your own thoughts? Put them down below in the comments. That's what the comments section is there for. But we've got quite a few things to talk about, and none of them are really that great. It does, just to be honest, being completely real, it does just feel like a big slap in the face to the Minecraft community, which has been supporting the game for so long and has been waiting for these updates for so long. And I completely understand the situation Mojang is in, coming off the back of one of the most stressful updates they've ever had to work on, coming off the back of the terrible past few years it's been for the world. I understand why Mojang is slowing things down with this update, but nevertheless they did, whether they like to admit it or not, raise people's hopes and expectations for the world update, and they're pretty much now just saying we did not promise any of this. So I'm sure if you've not saw this video you're confused, and we're going to be talking about it all, do not worry. There's quite a lot to break down, but just remember, I'm recording this right after this video was uploaded. I'm sure I'm just a bit more heated than I usually would be, because the reaction is raw in my head and it's fresh, and I've not really had time to break it down that much. But let's talk about it. The first thing that was said is when they were actually asked the question, why can modders add features faster than Mojang can, which is a question we brought up in a video not too long ago actually. Mojang did actually respond, or the question was answered by the commentator or the person in question actually saying, we have a really high quality bar. And I'm sure for any modder that is hearing that, there's a good chance that you may be offended by this, because it like, mods do not have a low quality bar just because they're mods. And I know that's probably what they were not trying to say, and it probably just came out the wrong way, but it does just feel a bit weird that they're saying that it takes so much longer for them because they have a high quality bar. I understand where they're coming from, but it could have been said a little bit more gracefully at least. That was the first thing that really annoyed people, and it was pretty much the first question, so you can only assume how the video is going to go from here. The next question was about fireflies, and we did get the response. Fireflies are sadly no longer a part of the plans for the wild update, and that is obviously because they did get feedback allegedly that in real life there are certain types of fireflies which are toxic to frogs, and obviously Mojang did previously claim Minecraft is now a pro-nature game, so they do not want to encourage anything like this in Minecraft, so they remove them. But something weird to me is, if Mojang do not want frogs to eat fireflies, why do they just not keep fireflies in the game but remove the feature for frogs to eat them? It feels a bit weird, and almost to me this is pure speculation. I would assume that Mojang did not want to add them for other reasons. I think they could have easily just left fireflies in the game but not allowed frogs to eat them. That would give us best of both worlds. We still get fireflies, and the people that are concerned about frogs representation would also be pretty happy with this. But that is not all, guys. There is more. We did get finally Mojang responding to the question about the birch forests, and this is something we've been bringing up tirelessly on the channel here, and we've been talking about it for such a long time, and my jaw literally dropped to the ground after hearing this response. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite frustrated by this as a content creator, a Minecraft player, a Minecraft fan. It just felt like a complete slap in the face. It was said concept art is not a commitment. Of course I understand that, and concept art is in the name concept. It's a concept of what they could do, but it just feels a bit not the best, and Mojang are coming out with an entire event showcasing this to the world, and then coming out later saying, oh well, it's not really a promise, we did show you this at a massive event which was shown worldwide, and we did kind of insinuate this was coming, but it's not exactly a promise. But yeah, of course I understand what Mojang meant by this, and I do understand it is concept art and it's not a commitment, but I do believe this was the wrong decision for Mojang to make. I think it would have been a bit easier on them if they just pushed through this, and just, even if they did not want to, even if they were struggling, even if it would delay the update by a little bit, me personally, I think it would have done far less damage for Mojang to work on this feature and actually deliver upon that promise, although it wasn't really a promise, rather than going through this absolute chaos of now removing it from the update. People now are bringing up into question what this means for future Minecraft updates, because I always found this a bit suspicious, how Mojang did show concept art, but they never shown any actual gameplay or changes which were coming to the Birch Forest. I always had a gut feeling deep down inside me that Mojang would pull something like this, but I never actually expected this in a million years. And just let me know your thoughts about this down below, but I really do not think this was the right decision. Just in case that wasn't confirmation enough, it was said Birch Forest improvement is not something that we have continued working with. And this goes back to what I said earlier, we never really saw any gameplay in the first place, so did it ever even enter development? That is something we may find out the answer to later on down the line, but at the moment we do not know if this even ever left the runway. Like, we've never saw any real gameplay or heard about any real changes for the Birch Forest. All we saw was that original concept art, but it is safe to say that players are frustrated right now. And then we've got the final thing, which I do not know why this was brought up, because I did not really expect it. But it was said and it was confirmed bundles will not be added with the release of 1.19. As I said, I did not expect bundles with 1.19 anyway, but at least with this one we got a genuine actual response. We did hear that they're having issues with bundles on touchscreen devices, and I could make a completely separate video about this, again going off on another rant about Bedrock and mobile and Pocket Edition, all this stuff. But it's good that we got a genuine answer and we now know what the issue is. Mojang are okay with the state of bundles, it seems, but they're struggling to implement this on mobile devices, because obviously there's the ability to hover, and that's how you see what's inside. But is it just me that thinks this could easily be solved by just making bundles a placeable item, so that then you can place it down like a shulker box, open it like a chest, see what's inside? Just, I'm really not too sure, but I'm just, like, as I said, I'm recording my raw reaction right after watching this video for the first time, so let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. But that's just what I managed to find out from this video. If you have any greater information or knowledge, put it down below in the comments and drop your thoughts. As I said, do not hate on Mojang, do not hate on the developers, it's not their fault at all, so I do not support any of that. Just, I think it's okay to be frustrated, and I think it's okay to respectfully let Mojang know some feedback, but I do not think it's okay to go and just talk to the developers on Twitter, leaving nasty comments and things like that. Do not do that. If you want to say anything, put it down below in the comments and talk about it there. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.